Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for coming. And yes, welcome to the special mini ELT game lab gamification in ELT webinar series for English language teachers that brought to you by the British Council Indonesia. My name is Grace, and I'm very honored to be able to discuss the many things related with gamification with all of you today. So allow me to greet the wonderful participants that's joining us today here. Yes, hello everyone. Okay, so we have Mohammed from Sri Lanka. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Kirsten is in Indonesia. Irfan as well. Okay, we have some from China as well. Okay, thank you for joining us. And also those who are from Thailand and from Myanmar. Yes, how is it in Myanmar? How is the weather? It's glad that you are joining us today with me. Okay, so yeah, I'm excited to be with you all today. And for those who are just joining us this session, allow me to introduce myself. Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, so yes, I mentioned before, my name is Grace Sabandar, and I am an English language instructor working for Institut Teknologi Bandung and Universitas Katolik Parahyangan. And I'm also a part of ITEL, which is Indonesia Technology Enhanced Language Learning, an association of language teachers in Indonesia that shares passion in using technology in the language classroom. And we work closely with language teachers in Indonesia. We provide trainings and we do share knowledge in using technology effectively. We are going to have our first face-to-face conference after the pandemic in Yogyakarta, Indonesia, in just under a month right now. And yes, hopefully some of you will be joining us there. Yeah. Okay. And also thank you for those who are joining from Germany. It is great to hear that it is sunny there. Okay. Yeah. So we are now in our second session of our mini ELT game lab. We are going to discuss about designing PBL, which is point, badges, and leaderboards. Right. So again, like usual, I need to remind you that this is series of webinars. So we have quite a journey. Yeah. So we started last week with mapping out the quest, and today we'll be designing the points, badges, and leaderboards. And next week we'll be discussing about some games related with vocabulary, some competition games, and simple virtual break design. Okay, so yeah, so these sessions will be interactive. So again, I invite you to let's discuss together, and we would be very happy for you to join all the discussion actively. So let's start. All right, so I'm going to start by defining gamified learning. Okay, so in general, this is by Subhas and Chatney that mention that gamified learning is a combination, actually a combination of game-based learning and gamification of learning. So game-based learning, as we know, is using games in education context. So by playing developing an educational game or by modifying a systemic game, or we can say serious game, while as gamification of learning, as we discussed on previous session, it's adding gaming elements, and it is what usually present in a game and applying them in teaching and learning context. And the combination of both game-based learning and gamification of learning, it creates a full-blown experience of gamified learning. So yeah, we need to combine both of them to get experience in the classroom. Okay, so, but for today, we'll be focusing on one part of the gamification of learning, which is the game mechanic. So the game mechanic is used in okay, sorry, I think I got ticked up for a second. Hello, everyone. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, so yes, I am back. Right. All right. Okay, so thank you for letting me know. All right, let's get back, everyone. Let's get back to the track. So I'm also checking on the chat box. Thank you all for joining us. Okay, so we have Mariam Noor from Pakistan. Hello. Thank you for joining me. All right. Yeah, let me continue. Okay, so I was saying these are the majority of people, they use game elements, which are points, badges, and leaderboards, and along with levels and progress charts. Now, these three elements we are going to focus on today. So let's take a look at them closer, starting with points. Okay, and I think everyone here is familiar with what point is. Okay. Okay, so yeah, basically it is a reward or score that you got when you completed a certain action. So points are supposed to be the simplest one to apply because of its nature, that it's immediate, right? So for one simple action, you can get a point. For example, when we play Scrabble, right? And as English language teachers, we all play Scrabbles, I think, right? We need to collect points by creating words using letters that we have. Very simple to do. Once you create a word, then you get points, right? And then when we then after that we compete to see who got the highest points, right? So I create a word, and then later our friends create a word, right? And then at the end we have yeah, we see how many points that we get, right? Yes. Okay, so how about in the classroom, right? How about language learning? Well, obviously, we can always play Scrabble, right, to test our vocabularies. But also, there are lots of applications that right now can make our life easier. So we are going to try one together. Okay, so I'll be using application that is called Word Wall, and anyone here uses Word Wall in their class or when they teach? Let me know on the chat box if you use Word Wall. I'll show you how it should look like, and let me know if you have used this before. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Some of you have used word wall. Yes, you have started with word wall. Word wall is very simple to use, but also it is quite powerful as well. I love using word wall because it is very simple. Even those who are not a tech savvy can use this, right? Okay, right. For composition as well. Exactly. We can do, actually we can do a lot, but we can see how it should look like when we're playing. Okay, so we are going to play one. Okay, so this is the how the teachers will see, right? This is where we can edit a lot of things. But what I want you to see is there are different types of interactive that we can use for this one simple activity. So this one is identifying topic and controlling idea. I do this with my students or my university student. Usually this is not a very fun topic to discuss, but yes, so I try to make it a little bit fun for them to discuss or to play, right? So they will want to discuss together with me. Okay. Is word wall suitable for high schoolers? Yes, absolutely. In fact, I think word wall is suitable for all kind of age, right? So as teachers, I think we can modify it, and it can be for younger students as well, right? So I'll show you one that can be fun to use. Okay, so this one is actually the simplest one that they give. It's a quiz, right? So let's see. Okay, so the way to do it is just for you to take a look at the question right here. It says identify topic and controlling idea. So this is a topic sentence, and we need to choose the words in bold. Is it a topic or is it a controlling idea? Okay, so those who are here with me, please let me know. Should I choose the blue one or should I choose the red one? Blue or red? Okay, so B, okay, B, controlling idea. Anyone else? Okay, right, B, okay, A. Okay, so this should be this part, which is the bold one, the one in the bold. Is this a topic or is this a controlling idea? Okay, this is like kind of like in between, yeah, in between. Some of you say the blue one, which is the topic, and some of you say the red one. Okay, so I am going to go with the red one. Okay, yes, so congratulations for those who are answering B or the red one. Okay, and then how about this one? Driving on freeways, okay, which is the bold one. And then this one. And the bold one should be A or B. Okay. All right, so now everyone said it's A, right? Okay, so we'll go ahead with A. All right, great, great, great. Excellent, everyone. Okay, so it can be like this, right? I'm going to change the interactive here a little bit so we can have a bit more challenge, I guess. Let's do the open the box. Okay, so this is the same game, right? This is the same thing. It's identifying topic and controlling idea. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to open the box, identify topic and controlling idea. Tap each box in turn to open them up and reveal the item inside. Okay, right. So here we need to, I need to change the font actually here so it's easier for us to read. Okay, so we can actually change the theme as well here, but let's see how it should look like. Okay, same thing. I'm going to pick, which number should I pick? Let's go with 7. Okay. A or B, topic or controlling idea? B. Okay. All right, let's go. Okay, excellent, everyone. So we got one, right? Amazing. Okay, yes. We see in the chat box, Melati is the first one to answer, so she will get the point. Let's see, one more. Let's check. Whoever got the first one. Okay, right. A. There we go. Right. Okay, who answered first? Okay, so if it's in the big class, then we absolutely can do that. Whoever answered the first one will get the point, or whoever got the 3 fastest person will get the point. Yeah, you can do something like that, or actually we can also share this to our students so they can practice on their own, right? So we can just like share this and then publish. And then we can give this to our students. So we just copy the link and then we can give this to our students. I'm going to copy this actually and then send it to all of you. Okay. Right. Yes, you can send it to them for homework. Okay, so you can choose kind of like which one is the fun one that you think your students will like. Sometimes they like something simple. I have students who are above 30 and they prefer to have the simplest one, right? So you can share the quiz one with them, or if you have perhaps younger students that they need more challenge instead of just finding points. Yeah, you can use the game show quiz, you can use the open the box one, or perhaps the maze chase one is also very fun to use. Okay, or if you want, you can also print them out, right? So you can print them out if you want to give your students kind of like just a worksheet to do at home, right? Okay, so what is a maze chase? Thank you for the question. I'll show you how it should look like, right? So this is the same thing. Basically, we're still working with the identifying topic and controlling idea. But the feeling is different because like the gameplay is different. Okay, so hopefully my internet connection will hold. Okay, so while waiting for that, you can change a lot of things actually here. So you can give timer for our students. We can give lives, right? So if they get like several, like if they get a certain answer wrong, then they will lose life, right? Okay, right. Okay, I'm seeing also some questions. Okay, there are only a few templates in the free version, so some are only in the premium one. Yes, exactly. So there are templates in free version, but also you can find so many games that are ready made to use in the community, right? And it's free. If you use the ones in the community, it's free. So you don't have to use the premium membership, right? And obviously, it's freemium app, right? If you want to pay, it doesn't cost too much, and I think it's a good invest. Yeah, if you can invest here, doesn't cost too much, but you can create so many things, right? Okay, but also if you want to be yeah, if you want to save, then I think using the ones in the community is actually quite enough. Yeah. Okay. Right. So my internet connection, let's see if I'm going to try it one more time. So hopefully this one and then can go. Okay, so let's see. Do you use this both in the classroom and remote teaching? Yes, I do this. We can use both in the classroom and remote teaching. Like, if it's in the classroom, then we can do it together with the whole class. But if you are using it in remote teaching, I usually use this for kind of like a wrap up, like after the whole activities. After the whole activities, we're learning, we give materials, we practice together. And then in the end, I would give this as a kind of like an exit ticket, right? So, so they will need to complete this task or this challenge, right? And then usually we will see who is the fastest one or who got the highest points. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Since my internet connection for this is not coming, so I will try. Maybe I can close this. Okay. All right, but I will, hopefully I can have some time later to show you how it should look like. But I think maybe we can continue for now. Yeah. Okay. So please remind me, remind me about this. Okay. Right. So I do get a lot of questions. I do get a lot of questions like we don't have like internet connection, or we don't have like our students doesn't have any gadgets. So it's quite difficult if you're going to apply yeah, like this kind of game when we don't have yeah, we don't have internet connection, right? So so actually points is not only just from that kind of activities, actually, right? I mean, quiz can be something that is very fun, but how some people said like you cannot gamify everything, right? So you cannot use game for every single material, right? So this is an example that I have when I was teaching. Okay, so yeah, I was teaching paragraph writing, right? And I would give them not just points that I can get from the quiz, but also I give them some points when they are completing a certain activities, right? So I can give them experience points when they, for example, they write a summary, or maybe they read one particular book. And also I give them collaboration point if they are working together with in a team. Lastly is the behavioral points, such as when certain students, they actively participate in a discussion, we can appreciate them and motivate them by awarding them with points. yeah, so I do have kind of like in the end of my class, if they participate well, then I would give them additional points for that. And yeah, all right. We can actually play a lot of things, and then afterwards, then we can give them points as well, right? So not only by playing games, we can award them with like completing certain things. Okay, right now, okay, so this is from last week, actually. We did discuss about mapping our plan, mapping our mission, mapping our quest. So it's always best to know how much point you can award a student. So it can be based on the game, it can be yeah, by completing activities. So either way, we need to plan this quite carefully. Um, so so yeah, so we don't want our students to complain like, I don't know that the group discussion is worth 30 points, so now I'm missing some points because I'm working on my own, something like that. Yeah, so yeah, it is quite important if we show what to expect from them, yeah, by participating in activities. Yeah, so not only by playing quizzes. We can do something like this as well, like after we watch a video and then we do a quiz and then we get an additional 20 experience points, right? Because for completing the activity, right? And then we can add them with the score that they get from the quiz. Okay, so I'm going to move on for the badges. Okay, now, okay, so badges is a bit different with points. It's a reward system as well, but badges are awarded after certain milestones are reached. So in games, for example, like once we gather 150,000 experience points, for example, we could get an ace badge. And to get to the next badge, we need to gather 250,000 points. Now, the difference between badges and points, badges are not to be rewarded as often as points, right? So, or else it will lose its, obviously, its exclusivity. In a way, we need to know that our students are working hard to get the badges. Now, we can adopt this kind of game design, or we can give them a certain milestones to reach, right? For example, like this, right? So I reward my students with a badge for top scorer for their midterm test. Okay, so the midterm test is the milestone that they reach. So those five students, they got the best score in the class, they will be the top scorer in their class, right? I reward them the badge. Okay, and then usually their friends will be like, oh my goodness, they got a badge, right? And then I want to get a badge as well, right? So they will work harder for them to get some badges. Now, we can also give a badge for example, for this one, I give a badge for best comments. So once my students, they completed a series of discussion, for example, in the team, they provide comments or inputs for the other teams. Yeah, they are rewarded with the best comment. And we can also choose yeah, the best team who provide the best comment and yeah, so they can continue to give positive feedback to their friends. Now, this badges I create using Canva, very simple to use. I provide a link for you to try if you want to modify some badges. And it's very simple to do. You can also use a badge builder, right? So you just go to this link, badge.design, very simple to use. And yeah, you just choose the background, put in the text, what do you want to say to them, right? This one I put amazing analysis for those who give comments or critical comments, right? So yeah, they're going to be rewarded with a badge, right? Okay. And then, okay, so okay, I get some questions from the chat box. Okay, so how many students will get badge for each milestone usually? Right, so this one is really up to you, right? Because like I mentioned before, we need to plan this, like how many students will I provide badges to? Like, for example, for me, I gave five top scorer, right? I see, okay, so these people are yeah, they did great, and then they yeah, they're suitable to be given presented with a badge. But yeah, you can always tell them at the beginning, like how many badges I can provide, yeah, provide for each milestone. Okay, now the next question is like, how do you give a student a badge, and how does student keep these badges? Like, how can they show their parents or friends that we can that we give them badges? Okay, so maybe some of you have worked with Class Dojo. Anyone tried Class Dojo before? Anyone tried Class Dojo before? Okay, right. Not yet. Okay, not yet. Okay, so Class Dojo is yeah, so it's ready-made badges. Like they have the things, positive feedback that we can give our students. For example, like they have done homework already, so we reward them with a badge, like okay, so finish doing homework, finishing assignment, having a good behavior. And this is a thing that parents can see, right? And most of the time the Class Dojo is yeah, to reward good behaviors, right? So for studying daily, for speaking English, right? So if teacher see that the students they practice their English in the classroom, the teacher will give reward as a badge in the Class Dojo. Okay, so this one is the Class Dojo. There's another one that is called Class Craft. Okay, so this is kind of like the combination of all, right? The combination of all. So in Classcraft, you can display points, you can display badges, also quite similar with the Class Dojo. They reward like positive behaviors, right? Handing in tasks on time, for example. And also the fun thing about the Classcraft is you can, I mean, students can create an avatar on their own. And as we know, like in gamification, we can kind of like ask our students to role play, right? So they can be someone that they want, or yeah, they can have like an imagination, like how they want their characters to be. So, okay, so anyone use Classcraft before? Okay, so yes, you heard about Badger. Yes, Badger is also one that you can use for um, displaying badges. Yeah. Okay. Right. So yes, for students who are very young, now they are very good at this. Enjoy it. It's sometimes the teachers who are, yeah, we are capable of keeping up with the students right now, right? So yeah, that's actually why yeah, I haven't had the chance to try out Classcraft with my students yet, but um, what I use actually is the simplest one, which is Flippity. Flippity is the simplest one in my opinion, because it's utilizing Google Sheet. And then what we can do is just put in the names, the badges, and then we can, yeah, whatever we want to give the badge to certain students, we can just put them in the Google Sheet, right? Okay, so I'm actually going to show you how it should look like. So you don't wonder like, okay, how simple is this to use, right? Up now. So, all right. So this is Flipty and flippity.net. Yeah, I'm going to, okay, thank you. Right, so flippity.net. Okay, so there are a lot of things that you can do with this, and then we are going to try some of them at the next sessions, right? Flippity.net. Okay, so we can use the batch tracker. We can see the demo right here. Um, yeah, so they display the badges right here. For example, the for this one, right? Online safety badge. We can see the information right here. Okay, pass the online safety quiz to earn this badge, and this has been earned by 8 people in the class, right? And then we can also see like for example, how much do I get? How much does Tim get? Okay, okay, so Tim has this badges, right? This much badge. Okay, how about Alan? Let's see, Alan. Okay, so Alan has 4 badges. Okay, so this is very simple, simple. We don't have to create avatars to yeah, to do this, right? So you go back. What you can do is you just go to instruction, and then you copy this template right here, make a copy of this template. Okay, you'll need to sign in with your Google account because it will be on your drive, yeah, the Google Drive. Okay, and then let's see. This is how it should look like, right? Okay, so we can put in the image URL, which is our badge. So this is the picture of our badge. Okay, so just put the link of the badge right here. We give the badge title and then the availability of the badge, the information, just a very short one. And then just put the name of our students or perhaps of the team, yeah, of the team of in the class, right? So of the team of the class, and then just give the access right there, so it shows that okay, this person get a badge, this, and then this one get this badge as well, right? Okay, so now Once you're done putting in information here, you can share, publish to web, and then once you publish to web, you can get the links right here, right? So this is the link that you can share to your students. Okay, right. Okay, so I have a question, like how about data security in Flippity? Okay, so data security in Flippity is actually quite okay. They work a lot with this as well. And yes, well, it is an open application, so a lot of people can use it. But if you're concerned about the data security in Flippity, you can always, for example, like for example, you print the batch tracker, and then you can also close the share with this, right? So you can unpublish. You can unpublish from this as well, like right here, right? So you can stop publish right here. So after you're done with the class, and then you move on to the next class, next semester, then you can stop publish, right? Okay. All right. Thank you so much for the question. Okay, so that is the simplest one that I can share with you. Now, let's see. Okay, so the last one is leaderboards, right? So the leaderboards is where students know where they are in the rank. Obviously, in gaming, it is used a lot as it gives a sense of competition. So when we say like, oh, we are on a 4th rank right now, so we're thinking like, how do I get to reach the 1st rank? Like, how should I do that? Do I need any tools or strategy to help me to reach the top? So in a way, it's kind of like giving us like a consciousness, like, oh, I need to do certain things to be better, right? So in the classroom, before we share the leaderboards, it's always great to show them with overall points, so they know that if they don't get the perfect score, then they how much they should catch up. So yeah, and then they can come up with plans to gain points as well. So it also acts as a kind of a checklist, right? So for example, a team discussion of paragraph review is 400 points, right? So if they miss this task or challenge, then they will be missing 400 points. Now, yeah, so we show this to our students first, and then we can give them like the leaderboards. Now, I use Flippity as well for this one. Again, very, very simple to use. It's exactly the same as I showed you before. So I think it would be best to show directly. Okay. Right. So it's right here. Flippity leaderboard. You can do instruction. Yeah, again, make a copy of this template, and I think I have have one ready right here. Okay, so I give the event or the activity that they are supposed to do. Okay, so topic sentence, the sentence or not, activity, paragraph review, and so on, and put their scores right here. And then later it will show them where they are, right? Like this. The no-name group right now leads, right, with 1,700, along with the Incredible and the Rain Man. And then the Oh, they overpowered. Okay, so they actually haven't done the exam essay, right? So they need to catch up with that, right? So here they can see like, okay, so again, acts like a checklist. So I need to catch up with this, right? If this is too much things to do for you, we can always use this as well. So um, this is a progress chart, right? So the progress chart shows that there are several points that they need to catch up. Now, there's no list of what they missed here, but at least they can see where they are, the position of where they are in the classroom. Okay, right. So yes, obviously this is the simplest step to enhance our basic classroom is by incorporating points, badges, and leaderboards. And even though that it feels like it is something simple, right? But I have some students that came up to me and then they say they're so surprised because no one has ever given them appreciation for participating in the classroom or being active in using the language in the classroom as well. So they're learning throughout the class. They want to participate more in the classroom. So yeah, they're more open, they're more willing to come to me for suggestions, and they're more motivated. So in conclusion, before we implement gamification in our classroom, we do need to make a plan. Like we need to consider these questions. So should I gamify the whole term or just one meeting? Or should I just add a certain activity to make my class yeah, more engaged, right? So if this is your first time attempting to use the point badges leaderboard, I suggest to start with just one or two meetings, because we do need to prepare, right? We need to give the students a head up, like well, what kind of rewards that they will get, yeah, what kind of points that they will get, how will they get badges, uh, and will there be leaderboards, right? So all of them needs a plan. And yeah, absolutely, don't forget to consider the activities, right? We should stick with the original objective of the activities. What do we want our students to learn throughout this activity? Okay, so I think I know it's quite a lot. Uh, we did play a little bit with the word wall, and I hope that you can try it out. We did discuss a little bit about points, and we did discuss badges and for the leaderboard. And yes, I hope that you're excited to try out. Okay, if you need the slides, then you can access this link, but also if you need to get the PDF, it will be provided with you with the certificate after completing the feedback form. Okay, now we still have some questions, I guess, or some people are still want to ask questions. Yes, we do have some people raising their hands. Yes, I think it's great if you want to ask questions directly, you can raise your hand, or obviously if you want to just ask through the chats, then please yes, write down your question and I'll be very happy to answer. Okay, right, so I'll share the link to the PPT. Okay, so yes, Palcom, do you want to join me here? Okay, right. So I do have a question. Yeah, what's your student favorite game at the moment? Okay, thank you for a wonderful question. So actually, yeah, actually we can ask my students, but what they enjoy most on the last meeting that I had with them is yeah, gym kit. Actually, it's a quiz game like we had uh, on the word wall, but we use the application GymKit. And GymKit, we are going to discuss about it on the next meeting. But yes, if some of you have used GymKit before here, also let me know. But if you don't know GymKit, we are going to discuss this next meeting. But it is very fun. The gym kit is created by a student, so in a way it's kind of like as a student to students as well. As a student, they know like, oh, I want to feel this way when I'm studying. I want to be able to learn like this when we're in the classroom. So yeah, so that's what I think my students really enjoy doing. They ask when one time I stop using GymKit because we will focus on more serious topic, and they kept asking for it. So yeah. Okay, right. Okay, so there's another question. How about game rules? Do your students cheat? Okay, try to cheat. um right, so this is the beauty of playing games actually, uh, or maybe like computer games or digital games. They don't have the time to cheat because they are so focused on the game. They focus on the gameplay, so they don't think of cheating. They just focus on, okay, so I need to get to a certain point, and this is what I'm going to do. So in GymKit is you get repeated questions, right? So they already know the answer to some questions, so they will focus on answering the question, but then they have another goal. Yeah, the other another goal, which is having to, for example, defeating the zombie, for example, right? Or yeah, or they have to defend the human race or something. Yeah, so it's a fun imaginary situation that they can get. Okay, hi, thank you so much. Okay, all right. Okay, so actually I have two questions, but let's see. Okay. Atif Bilal, okay, so can you please summarize or share the demo or Gamify concept, and how does this work? Okay, so I think you can find it on my slide here, okay, in this link. So you can catch up with that. I will suggest coming on the next session, so you can get. We will discuss more on the gamifying concept and what to create on the classroom. Okay, and yes, you can watch the recording of the session. Last question. Okay. Do you usually play games with students competing individually, or do you usually play game with student in pairs or group, or half the class against the other half? Okay. As someone who loves playing games, I tried all of them actually. Yes, I did try all of them, and after trying several times, then I kind of get an idea of like for example, this class, these students, they enjoy having a game in groups, or this class they enjoy if they compete individually. So again, different classes, they have different students, and they have different they have different backgrounds, and they have different preferences. So as a teacher, we need to be able to see that, and then we need to be able to give them like the right kind of challenge that they don't feel like this is too much for them. I'm being forced to do this, and yeah, can make them enjoy the class more. Yeah, I think that's my answer for that question. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I hate to break this discussion, but again, it's already time. And thank you so very much, everyone, for joining me today. And let's see. I do have, I would suggest joining me next week at the same time. And if you're Indonesian or you want to discuss more, you can join me as well on a Friday, right? So we have another session on Friday. See, let me share my screen so you can see. Okay, so yes, on Friday, June 24th, this in Indonesian. And yes, for next week, we are going to discuss about vocabulary game. So there will be a lot of examples if you want to practice with me as well. Yes, hopefully it can inspire you. And before you leave, this is the feedback form. So we would very much love for you to give your feedback on this session for this webinar series. So in the future that we can do much better, we will provide much better experience for you for the webinar series. Okay. Go ahead and okay, so there's a question in the Q&A. Will it be a course duration or fees? No, this is a webinar series that is free. You can get the e-certificate for free as well. What you need to do is just to fill in the feedback form at the end of the session. And each sessions, they have e-certificate as well, free certificate. Okay. All right. Okay, so I post a link in the chat. All right. Okay, so with this is the end of today's session. Thank you very, very much for you to join me today. Thank you for your active participation in this session. And I'll be very happy if you can join me again on the next session. Thank you so much and have a nice day, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you.